Yo, 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 what's good, people? It's currently 8 minutes past 10 p.m. UK time, Sunday, the 13th of April, 2025. Welcome to the new Sunday, technically speaking, relaunch with private dojo members. Now, the crazy update about Blockchain Sensei is, oh, we got Crypto Cafe coming in the room. Yeah, lots changed with Blockchain Sensei. Where's Mr. Hardin? Where's Keish? Find them on LinkedIn. Where's NinjaTea? Find me on Instagram. But there's one space that I really want to grow, and that's this space in particular. And that's technically speaking every Sunday, 10 p.m. to maybe midnight UK time. Okay. So, unfortunately, with my new camera, sorry, with my new laptop, it doesn't actually have a camera. So I've actually got my Samsung over here, so you guys can see me. Right. So, um, I'm gonna actually exit. Unfortunately, I know, guys, I'm a good-looking guy. I'm joking, but I'm gonna exit here, and then yeah, I'm just gonna come out of my phone. I just really wanted to show my face because I think that's really, really important. Okay, I'm gonna leave with my phone and hopefully everything just stays. I'm just leaving my phone. Okay, my phone's left. Okay, more important than seeing me, you guys can hear me, right?
Hold on.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, amazing. We've got we've got Crypto Cafe in the room. We had a good 1 hour conversation. Crypto Cafe is a good friend of mine, and she's helping me get my second job in crypto. Okay, so before we get started, I'd just like to say that nothing in this video is financial advice. Please seek a financial advisor, etc., etc., etc. Let's just get straight into it, right? Um, blah blah blah. All right, nothing in this video is financial advice. Let's fucking go. Okay, so notes for YouTube Live. So cash is still king right now because the market is uncertain. However, um, those who know Prophet Adam, that's amazing. If you don't, just know that he's one of my professors. On his, he's basically got an indicator which has which is stating some kind of um, positive return and mean reverting state, aka some bullish momentum, TLDR. And Prof Adam is actually scaled out a little bit back into cash. Okay, so let's have a look at the global liquidity index versus Bitcoin, right? So um, we can see right now that the fair value of Bitcoin, according to this leading indicator, is 110, and right now we're sitting on 84. And according to this fair value analysis, leading by 7 days, also provided by Professor Adam, we can also see that liquidity has been rising whilst Bitcoin price has been declining. That's an inverse relationship. And what do we expect liquidity to do? Keep. Oh, amazing. We've got Bitcoin. Hey, hello, 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 Bitcoin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, right. Hope you can hear me.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, Bitcoin. You've missed out on pretty much nothing. I've literally just started this stream. Do you want to introduce people to who you are? Because obviously you'll be launching your social media very soon.
Oh, sorry, am I?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Let me just pause the stream real quick so Bitcoin can say hello because he's going to be launching his social media very soon. He's been a bit of a ghost, but he's a Bitcoin OG. Gonna say hello for a minute. I'll get back to the stream. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Hello. Sorry, I was just getting comfy. I'm in the back of the bit van. I've just been at Imperial all day. I presented my project for my AI grandma, my daughters, and they liked it. It was good. What are you chaps speaking about this evening?
Amazing.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hazel.ai,
yeah, yeah.
AIZEL.ai. It's test version 1, but it will soon to be live tomorrow, probably.
Okay, amazing. Please bear in mind this is being recorded and put on YouTube, so we don't want to say too much. But yeah, Bitcoin is going to be releasing his social medias next week, and get to know Bitcoin OG. He's doing a lot in the world of Web3 and AI. A really good friend of mine. So I'm really happy that he's here. Okay, so let's get back into the macro data sets. Okay, so there's what's called a crypto breadth indicator, and historically it has pretty much moved with the Bitcoin price. So what is it? What is it saying? It's saying that this should, in theory, go up along with the crypto's price. Da, 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 da. So there's what's called so there's a company called 42 Macro, which I can't believe we're not following the blockchain sensei Twitter yet. I do on my personal. So this is founded by a guy called Darius Dale. He posts a lot of good stuff on YouTube. Unfortunately, I have access to a premium version um, of 42 Macro every couple of days because through Professor Adam. And it's saying there are two zones which is around 76K and 90K. And according to this VAMS model, we've actually hit the resistance. So it will be expecting that in the next 9 to 20 days, we see a correction before following global liquidity indicators. So big ups to Colin for putting me on Grok. If it wasn't for Colin, I would still be a Claude noob. Grok is now one of my favorite AIs, thanks to Colin. And I asked it to explain what is the 42 VAMS model, in which it describes it's a volatility adjusted momentum signal that scores assets from -2 to +2 based on price volatility, and we've hit the +2 band according to 42 Macro. Okay, so hopefully Professor Adam doesn't mind me taking his screenshots because I do take these from the real world, which is a subscription, which I will never unsubscribe to. So this is a global liquidity and FedNet liquidity future prediction in which Bitcoin seems to follow historically quite well, but as an exacerbated version. So when liquidities are rising, Bitcoin seems to rise more. However, it almost never falls too below the red. So we'd expect the lowest zone for us to go back down to is, according to this model, around 78,000. Basically saying that we're not going to go down to 69K, according to this model provided. Okay, so some screenshots from some headline news. The Federal Reserve absolutely ready to help stabilize market if needed. That was, I think, from the 12th. I will admit I have definitely been too much of an ETH maxi. I should have definitely switched to Bitcoin. However, I don't want to overcall it, but it seems I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I do believe that the Ethereum bottom is near. I'm not saying you should buy Ethereum, but I have been an Ethereum hodler throughout the drawdown. I didn't sell enough, and now I'm going through some RV loans and stuff. This is why I'm not a financial advisor. You know, you should take everything I say with a pinch of salt. I'm still learning the game as much as everybody else, and yeah, take what you can from this webinar, and please do your own research because this is definitely not financial advice. However, I don't want to call it, but I do believe the ETH bottom is near. Okay, so what did I gather from this exactly? No, never mind. But that does prompt me to go to one of my favorite websites, which very few people know about, and that's Fiji.solutions.tlx. Fiji.solutions.tlx. 1 second. So this is basically a matrix cheat code to be able to view Fed net liquidity. And I like to put it in this setting here. And I like to scroll back to a couple of months, at least 6 months. So we can see here that Fed net liquidity has been rising since the start of the year. I know you shouldn't do TA on liquidity, but this looks like an uptrend to me. And supporting that, we've got the TJ, the Treasury General account, going down, which is good, which means that basically this gets pumped into liquidity. So all of that is very positive indeed. Okay, so what did I have here? Okay. So as most of you guys know, in the past few days, Trump has announced a 90-day pause on tariffs. However, this doesn't, it gave the market some kind of strength, but I do believe that until we get some kind of weekly trend reversal close. Oh, as you can see, I've got 8 days and 7 days. I'm basically trialing out new timeframes. We can see here on the MACD that we've got some bearish exhaustion on the weekly, and I can see a sharp reversal here on the RSI. So I am hopeful, however, because this has not set a higher high and we've not broken the resistance of 5,850, I wouldn't say we're in confirmed bullish momentum yet. And do not be surprised if we retest around 4,800 to 5,000 zones on the S&P 500. Okay, so what else have we got? So Doge is starting to achieve real savings, although the current pace is not contractionary as feared. It is absolutely no secret that I do love Dogecoin. I do believe Bitcoin likes a bit of Dogecoin as well. And if I have the opportunity to scoop it up real cheap, then history has shown that those opportunities should be taken. I don't want to sound like a Doge maxi, but I can see here that on the weekly, on the MACD, we're seeing a lot of bearish momentum with potential bullish catalyst. If I break this down to the 3-day, I can see here that the blue is almost crossing the red on the 10-20 moving average. And on the daily, it's basically make or break for Doge right now. If we go lower and we test back to 13 cents, that's lovely. However, I do believe it's got really good risk to reward right now as a mid to long-term spot investment. I do not recommend. I actually don't do any futures trading. I'm a really bad futures trader, but yeah, God bless the spot, right? Okay, so okay, so a really good company is Check On-Chain. They provide really good on-chain data. You can get a lot of really great free data sets on charts.checkonchain.com. Outside of this recording, I will do a private session on how you can basically slightly edit the URL and then basically get more of an edge because you change the colors and have it dark, etc. So I will do that little section outside of the YouTube recording. But again, charts.checkonchain.com. It's a really good indicator called the short-term holder supply in profit and loss ratio. You can find it as follows. I believe here on P-L. Let me just make sure I'm correct. Short-term holder realized profit and loss ratio. Short-term holder supply in profit. Oh no, that's realized. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Not P&L. Supply. My bad. Let's just check the live chart. Yep. And then off recording, I will show you guys how to turn it to dark because I didn't know how to do this for a long time, and I find it much easier to read on dark, just like I do with TradingView. So by short-term holder, they mean under 155 days. As you can see, we're pretty much on all-time low, and we're at ultimate fear and capitulation. So great time is all great time more than for a long time. It's been to accumulate BTC. Shout out to Bitcoin because I'm sure he's grabbing some BTC as well. I do believe that there is a possibility we retest this, and according to again the VAMS model and different other sources, it's unlikely that Bitcoin will retest the 70K and 74K being the floor. So I've got part 1, 2, and 3. I provided you guys the link, so you guys can, whenever you guys look at this, you can see the live data, not just my screenshots. I think this is not to kind of start blow my own horn or whatever, but I do believe this is one of the great things we do at Blockchain Sensei, we provide the resources. I do not like stealing information. This is why when I take these screenshots, I say where I'm getting them from. Okay. So this is a short-term holder MVRV. What does MVRV stand for? It stands for market value to realized value. It's a ratio comparing an asset's market price, the current value, to its realized price, average price at which it was last moved. And it's used as an overvalued and undervalued assessment, which you should use on top of your technical analysis, namely being the RSI and MACD, which I know everybody can read, or not everybody, but most people can read. So this is why I choose to go for a higher level data set. I can see there's somebody in the comments saying something. Yes, I will absolutely show your website, BitColin, no problem. Of course, I owe you, I definitely owe you favors in the world. So yeah, doge.school. By the way, Colin, this video will probably be viewed by 50 to 100 people. So I'm sorry, is this website live? Maybe it's, I am on an American server right now, as my VPN. So maybe that's why it's not working. You are on mute, Colin. You are on mute, my friend. Anyway,
Sorry,
yeah,
size not
doge.school.
This one is. That's not crypto.
Okay, 1 second. I'm sure doge.school is going to be back up, but yeah, shout out to BitColin because he owns that bit of digital real estate. So big flex on him. Okay, so let's have a look at 3 screenshots from this data set. And you can check this out live for yourself. So this is the short-term holder MVRV. As you can see, we've bounced from this low here. Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay. Yeah, so if we zoom in one more time, which I believe I did in part 3, did I not? Did I not? Oh, that's bad if I didn't get the zoom in, zoom in. Well, anyway, this is why I provided the actual link, so we don't rely on bloody screenshots, right? So let's just do it live. We can see here that we've pretty much tapped this oversold zone here, and very rarely does it cross below, though it is not impossible. But even if it did cross below, it would bring us to, yeah, around 74, which again, according to the VAMS model, we shouldn't go below. As in, I'm not saying it's impossible, but the data as it stands right now is saying that it is unlikely that Bitcoin will go back down to 70K in the midterm. Okay, so I am bullish for Q2, but I do believe we need to bottom out for the rest of the month. An extra bit of information about this indicator here, the short-term holder MVRV. Again, I encourage you guys to use these data sets on top of technical analysis. I'm trying to provide deeper information than just reading you guys the RSI. Is the short-term holder MVRV Bollinger Bands include a 20-day moving average with plus 2 standard deviations. There is another data set on charts that I can't even speak. charts.checkonchain.com, which is just the MVRV, so MVRV minus Bollinger. But between the two, go for the Bollinger, which includes the moving average. Okay, so next, let's have a look at the Bitcoin perpetual futures rates, excessive days. So, as you can see here, this is the data set since 2020. This is how, in my humble opinion, it is indicating. Oh, sorry. Wait. Let me get to the actual live information. Sorry, guys. Okay, cool. So as you can see, we are basically at all-time lows. This is telling me that Liquidity and perps are about to go through the roof. And the direction, what that means is when there's a lot of perpetual futures trading and liquidity speculative on the derivatives of crypto assets, not just spot buying, it shows that there's more volume, and whatever direct, it doesn't tell you for going up or down, but mainly it's to do with like the velocity of the direction, right? And I do believe it's bullish because let's have a look here, right? Sorry, 1 second. Oh, my screenshots don't show anything outside of what we can see live. Oh shit, sorry. No, wrong chart. Delete this, delete this. Delete this. Where the hell did I put that? Sorry, guys. Fortunately, I provided you the link, so you don't have to just believe what I say. I want everyone to actually go on the website and then study for themselves. I'm still new to this on-chain data. I've only been using check.onchain every day for the past few months, but I do really like these data sets, and yeah, we can expect more risk on and more perping, which is good for us spot holders that bought the dip. Again, I do not recommend futures trading to most people. Some people can crack the code, but I've met very few that actually can. In fact, sorry to go off topic, but the best trader I've ever met in my life when it comes to kind of like daily, weekly, and monthly P&Ls is an arbitrage trader. And his edge is the fact that he can sell crypto from one country in another country legally. He pays taxes because he's Korean. But I don't have access to that infrastructure, unfortunately. So yeah, I can't. I'm still relying on technicals and fundamentals as much as you guys because I don't have that system. Okay, so I'll talk about this on the dojo. God bless Coin Glass Pro, which I have access to through Professor Michael every day. You can see some large liquidations here building up at 69K, but the larger liquidations at 100K, which gives me a bias upside. Okay, so right, so like I said, I've been experimenting with these additional time frames, being 8 days, 3 days, and 9 days. No particular reason, but I believe that, you know, I'm trying to be a contrarian. I'm trying to make money when people don't. I wasn't a contrarian in terms of like I didn't sell mainly in January, and I definitely got caught off guard by that. I'll be honest. But now I'm trying to catch the next wave, right? I can see here in the MACD on the 3-day, Dogecoin is building some bullish momentum. Okay. And then on the weekly, you can see bearish exhaustion. I'm not saying buy Doge, but you know, I wouldn't mind me some Doge at this price. It wasn't that long ago. The Doge, damn, it's 3x from December highs. Oh, on the weekly. Okay, so I'll talk about this indicator off recording. Let's see if we got always be Doge, do only good every day. Let me just read that again. Always be Doge, do only good every day. 1 second. I'll quote you. Bit Colin. I can't find the hashtag. I've got a Korean keyboard. And for the life of me, I can't find the hashtag. Anyway, it's all good. Okay, let's have a look at the charts. Okay. SIXRE. Let's have a look at it on the 9 days. I'm obsessed with this, like these obscure days that time frames that nobody looks at. Okay, down to the 8-day, down to the 3-day. Okay, this is good, but this is still uncertain. Basically, I want SIXRE, which is a real estate indicator, to confirm bullish momentum, like real bullish momentum. I want it to cross 200. In fact, I'm going to set a price alert. I'll do it later. Okay, cool. So let's have a look at the United States money supply. You can see that that is going up nicely. The print has been going brrr since 2023. This is good. Loans, leases, and bank credits, no dip there. US 10-year yields. Pushing up, baby. Pushing up. This. Damn, you can lock your money up with the American government right now. Right now for 10 years, be guaranteed 4.45%. But in Bitcoin we trust. It's good that yields have corrected in the sense that in the not so distant past, it basically didn't make sense to lock up your money for 10 years because you could get more yield in the 5-year and 2-year. Someone who is really into yields, correct me if I'm wrong, or quote me on the exacts. I can't be bothered doing it now on live. I don't want to waste people's times. But I know for a fact, because I check the market every day, have done for the past 3-4 years, that it within recent history, in like within 6 to 9 months ago, you could get a better yield on a shorter time frame than a longer time frame. But don't quote me on the exact which year versus which year. I can't remember. But I like how this has corrected itself. The world's seeing some kind of sanity, right? This is positive. Okay, so let's have a look at any gaps that we need to fill that would support any of my. Oh, sorry, my bad, guys. Okay, I'm pretty bullish on the stock market. On the Vanguard Total World Stock Index, I can see that we've got a gap here. Right, let me make that gap white. We've got a gap on 115. And we got another gap at 112. Remember, every dollar in the VT represents around $1 trillion in stocks. So I reckon we might get a little pullback. It might be something like this. Might be something like that. Right. Okay. So let's have a look at the VIX. Let's have a look at the UK. Why not? I got no faith in the UK. Now we'll skip the VIX. SPX. Is there any gaps? Yeah, I'm bullish on the S&P 500 for this month's close. I think this month we're going to close. I don't know exactly how we're going to get there, but I do believe this gap's going to be filled within the month. Even if we're going to go through some kind of rocky ride, like even if we got to do this, even if we're going to do something like that, I do believe we're going to close the month bullish. Nasdaq, some nice bullish momentum on the 6 hours, some bearish exhaustion on the 12 hours, bearish exhaustion on the daily, bearish exhaustion, can't even speak, on the 3 daily, and max pain on the 8-day. I do believe we could retest. If we do, then Nvidia will get to the price that I want it at. I've got a buy order for Nvidia at like $90. I don't know if it's gonna get there, but yeah, it's gonna retest for me to buy it. I'm not like the biggest stocks guy, but $90 is my Nvidia entry price if you want to try and get that. Okay, so here is a contrarian belief on gold. Yeah, this theme got to run out at some point. I know nobody wants to hear it, but I think we're gonna get a good gold pullback way before 3604. Like I'm just talking macro. And I do believe a lot of that gold liquidity will go into risk on, aka crypto. Like, let's just think about this, right? Let's just think about this. Gold has, from the start of the year, increased by 25%, right? So what is the gold market cap right now? I think it's 21 trillion. Is it 21? 21.8. That means that earlier this year, if I do drawdown, right, like 21%, that means earlier this year we was on like 16, basically 5 trillion has been pumped into gold. 5 trillion. In order for it to go to 3640, how much? That's another 12%. There needs to be another 2.5 trillion into gold. Like, no. This is more likely to go down than up, in my opinion. And it's like the Matrix wants you to buy gold at the top. I want you to sell your Bitcoin at the bottom. I don't think we're going to get to this price. I think before, and I'm not saying we can't get to that price. We can, but before there's some pullback into risk on assets, and then something builds into this price, which is going to be like way later in the year, in my opinion. People are too bullish on gold. That's my contrarian belief. May always selling, May and go away. We have 2 weeks pumpy, then dumpy. All right, you know what? I feel like that's enough information for I feel like that's enough information for the YouTube. I'm just gonna quickly say that I have been hired as a business developer for a meme coin called Wagyu Cash. I know the founder, he's Docs, he's a guy called Nix. He's been in other projects previously, publicly, including but not limited to Pika Moon and 888. So he's a real guy. No token supply. I mean, sorry, no pre-sale. But yeah, not financial advice. Check that out. I don't have much of an edge than anybody else besides taking a few meetings with exchanges and liquidity providers. And you can catch the replay on youtube.com/blockchain-sensei. Message me on Instagram. Check out the dojo, link in my bio. Instagram link in my bio. Watch out for BitColin releasing his YouTube and Twitter and Instagram soon. Crypto Boss, you want to shout yourself out?
Nah, I'm good. You did good today, bro. Good info.
Much love, much love. All right, I'm going to stop recording and then talk to you guys.